What's going on, y'all? It's your boy CD, Chloe's dad, bringing you guys a special episode with the one and only Gunpla Tesseract, my guy Austen. What's going on, dog?
What's up, everybody?
Hey.
What's up, everybody? What's good, bro? What's good? It's time to talk about some dope anime, man.
Right. We've been talking about this. Me and Austin wanted to collab for a while on some anime because, this is our bag. Manga and anime. If it's not Gunpla, it's manga and anime. So we're going to bring you guys our review, our list of the upcoming shows of 2023 summer season of anime. But before we get into that, we're going to go start with a recap. Let's talk about the shows that came out in the spring season of anime. So I'm going to bring up our list here. We're kind of just going to go through and talk about some shows. So Austin, off the top of your head, what was your favorite?
Jeez, man, there were so many good shows this season. We have been spoiled, and I mean spoiled. As of recent, dude, right off the bat, right in this list, we have the top three. We have Demon Slayer, Oshinoko, and Hell's Paradise. Which, for me, I really liked Hell's Paradise this year. I've never been an idol fan, so Oshinoko was kind of a pleasant surprise. I'm still not an idol fan kind of guy, but it really did get me into it, and I kind of like the whole entire idea of someone building up a new idol group. Though I haven't watched Idolmaster, I know that's popular. But also Demon Slayer, which third season's still good, still a very good show, but this might be the weakest season they've had. For me, I would probably say for this year would probably be. Man, oh man. There's a lot of good ones. Dang it.
Dr. Stone,
Heavenly Delusion,
Ashley. Heavenly Delusion was going to be my sleeper pick. Heavenly Delusion. I didn't read the manga because I knew the anime was coming out.
Mm-hmm.
You did? Is it pretty close?
It's pretty close. It's following pretty well. It's still got a long ways to go, if I remember correctly, but it's pushing through it pretty well. I'm enjoying it.
It was definitely my sleeper pick too. I really enjoyed I like post-apocalyptic kind of world setting. So this was really cool to see. Did you read My Love Story with Yamada-kun, level 990?
I did not read it. I started reading it recently because I was able to ride the seas.
Our favorite place to be.
And started to find it because is this available on Crunchyroll? Is this High Dive, if I remember correctly? Which one is it?
It is on Crunchyroll.
It is on Crunchyroll. What's
nice, we're looking at the anime list, and it tells you where you can find it streaming on if you just hover over it. So a lot of these are on Crunchyroll, but I allegedly watch all these shows because I ride the seas along with you, my brother.
I have a Crunchyroll subscription, but there's some times where I ride the seas because there's certain dub changes that I'm not 100% sure about, so I have to go double check. Yeah,
right. Riding the seas.
Yep. Fly Me to the Moon. Another good was Fly Me to the Moon season 2. What did you see that?
I didn't watch season 1. I read probably 100 chapters of the manga. I loved it. Just kind of trying to find time to watch all these shows, man. Skip and Loafer is another one I like.
Yep.
I read, but I just haven't got a chance to watch it.
I started reading it, and I haven't watched the anime series yet. I started reading the manga, and I'm loving it. And the thing with Slice of Life, too, is that Slice of Life, you can take it either way. Sometimes the anime hits a little bit harder for Slice of Life, and sometimes the manga hits a little bit harder. In this one in particular, since I've read the manga, I'm really excited to see how it transfers to anime. I mean, I still have to catch up on it, but everyone keeps telling me it's absolutely fantastic. So another great series.
I'm gonna have to double back on it for sure. What do you think? Man, this is another one I didn't expect to be so. Sorry, I know the spring season was so good because we're about 12 shows in, but
packed.
The Dangers in My Heart.
Good, very good. So I started reading this manga I think was it 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago when it first dropped. Yeah, 3 or 2, maybe it was 2 years ago. I can't remember the exact year, but dude, it was a while back, and I thought this was never going to get an anime adaptation. I knew it was popular and I knew it was good, but dude, the manga is great because when you go into his mind, you see all the dark thoughts he's having. I keep on thinking it's going to be such a twisted, vision reality, and then it slowly turns into this sweetness pile of joy. In the anime itself, anime too has been really, really well transferred over. And seeing him with that little, box cutter switchblade sitting there in the library, and you're just like, I know what's coming. You ain't gonna do nothing, bro.
No way.
you're gonna throw her some love looks, and she's gonna throw you back. And I loved it. It's a really good romance series.
Right.
This season's so good.
I pray it gets more seasons, because I love the arc of their relationship. Like, you see them go from not really knowing each other to becoming really good friends, to becoming more than that. And I feel like a lot of times animes don't get that, or they rush it. And this is one of the few mangas that's almost like a slow burn, because it's like 150 chapters, and they might have only been together now for like 20 chapters of it.
Yep. And sometimes anime has that sudden love at first sight, but not identified as love yet type of archetype thing. This one I like. It was a little bit. It happened, but not at the same time.
Right. Exactly. I loved it. Insomniacs After School. This is one I was really big on. Read the manga. Anime is really good, and we're still like halfway through the list, and it's down here towards the bottom. Did you check it out by chance?
I did not. I only checked out, I think, half of one episode. I didn't have time to go back and look at the rest. But everyone's saying it's good. Really good.
Work of art, honestly.
Can't wait.
Man. A lot of slice of life animes this season, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, I think, what is it? Eurocamp is not here, so everyone had to fill the gap. And Eurocamp's barely coming back. They got an announcement that they're making a third season, I think, just recently, actually. And our girl's back with the short hair, which is pretty dope. But Agent Magus Bride, you watch Agent Magus Bride?
I didn't watch this season. I'm a big fan of it, but I don't know. I didn't catch this season. Did you like it?
I didn't catch this season either. I'm up to date on the manga, and I'm loving the manga. I just haven't had the time.
No,
but man,
I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said, there's just too many good shows, and we're slowly creeping down into like the 7 stars. But like, I haven't heard anything bad about the Agent Magus Bride. So
yeah, no, I haven't heard anything. It is the victim of coming out in a season where there's so much good stuff to watch and so much good stuff to finish that it's just stuck in the middle of like it's got now in the back burner.
Right. I remember when I was first getting back into anime, like there'd be like 12 shows for the whole season. And like there's like 40 shows now, plus OVAs, plus the TV shows. So I mean, anime has been booming, and my time has not been able to keep up. So it's real slim pickings. But I see some isekai shows down here that I didn't watch or care for because I'm kind of burnt out on isekai. Did you check out this?
Oh, you too.
To Another World. Oh, right.
Yeah. Ranking of Kings season 2. Haven't watched it yet, but
did you watch the
first season? Yeah, season 1.
Bro.
Season 1.
I haven't watched
hard,
season 2
bro.
either, but season 1 is my god.
The Queen. The Queen. Yeah. Oh, dude, she quickly became my favorite character. I was like, oh, damn, she.
Right,
all this
and I didn't think I was gonna like it. Just like the animation of it, like just off the picture.
But it has so much heart.
I didn't really miss it. Right, so much heart. It like warms your heart. This is the one Galaxy Next Door.
That's all you, man.
I know, man. I got the mangas right here. Actually, I didn't really like the anime. I'm not gonna lie to you. The pacing was a little weird, and I think it's because I just found out the show, the manga is actually coming to an end. I think it's just volume 6 is gonna be the last one. So I feel like it's definitely not gonna get another season because, like we were saying, there's so many other shows. It's actually on my miss list. It didn't hit for me. It didn't hit for me like the manga did, and I had high expectations for the manga, and I could kind of tell, when a show is doing well and it kind of speeds up, and I'm like, oh, this is like it must not have gotten renewed, or something happened to the author. And then a couple weeks ago, I found out that ending in volume 6. So I don't know what happened. I guess it's just, the steam didn't keep on, but the anime did not do it for me, unfortunately.
I got you. Well, hey, that's a shame. But one anime up there though was My Home Hero. Back there, right next to it too, was apparently that is doing fantastic in Japan. Really? Yeah. So funny thing about this list I believe is coordinated by views of mostly Western audiences. Yeah. Like in Eastern audiences, it's funny because I'm like, what is it? Hell's Paradise over here in the West is doing fantastically, but in Japan, it's not the top show. I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's like kind of here nor there. It's kind of in the middle. The top show was My Home Hero. Apparently, My Home Hero has been killing it over there. And for those who haven't seen it, My Home Hero is about a story of a office worker father with living with his wife and his daughter, and his daughter is in a relationship with an abusive boyfriend, and he takes it upon himself to essentially free her from that relationship, and ends up killing the boyfriend by kind of accident, kind of like in a situation. And this isn't spoilers, guys. This is like the first episode. And he's trying to essentially now deal with the fallout of that decision. And now there's certain people and certain gangs looking for their boy who's dead. He's kind of make up lies, and it's pretty much Breaking Bad because all right, here's a minor spoiler for the next 5 seconds if you don't like to skip 10 or 5 seconds ahead. The wife finds out, and the wife's like, all right, what do we got to do?
She's with it.
Yeah, she's with it. She's like,
really?
She's got her man's back, and she's like, I love my daughter and I love you. Let's do this. We gotta hide this body. Let's do this.
Dang, that might have convinced me to watch. You enjoyed it?
I haven't seen the whole thing yet, but from what I've seen, it's a very more mature anime that doesn't have any of that fancy, fantasy, isekai, mobile suit, none like that. It's very much kind of just down to earth and kind of just a adult suspense thriller. And I liked it. I'm liking it so far. So I'm gonna keep watching it.
I'm gonna have to. That sounds like a hit to me. I'm gonna have to add that to my list to check it out because I've seen it come across my screen a few times, and I'm like, maybe I'll check it out. Maybe I'll get back to it. But that's dope.
Not too many stories of dad. Well, I mean, there are some top tier dads in anime, but not too many stories of a kind of a murder mystery dad going around. So that's pretty dope.
Right. My thing is, what do you think of the shows that did well this season? Was there any commonality between those, or they were all kind of just good in their own right?
Shows that did well. No, I think everything kind of. I think the name of the game this season was delivering what was promised. So every show that I believe in the top, at least the top 6, definitely promised either mystery, suspense, action, romance, and they all have hyper focus on delivering that. So Fly Me to the Moon delivered on the romance aspect. I mean, almost every episode it was a treatful delight. Hell's Paradise was delivering the oh shit factor, right? What the hell's going on type of setup. The only show that I think that didn't deliver on that aspect, maybe it might be Demon Slayer, but really it was just more Demon Slayer. So I think everybody loved that. But the commonality between all of them, I would say, was surprisingly not too many. How can I say this? Not too many getting out of their lane. Like everyone kind of just staying on the course, getting on to phase 3 or phase. This is the ticket to get us to phase 2 type of situation. Yep. So.
They had to hit it out the park the first season to make sure they get that second one.
That's what it is. This is more of a genuine good filler.
No Naruto filler, One Piece filler.
Oh Jesus Christ! One Piece is coming to an end, but apparently, what that I think his when he turns into God Luffy or Joy Boy Luffy, that's going to be like in a theatrical film. They're making a film out of it, so yeah.
So does that mean
One Piece fans
One Piece
happy
coming to an end in like the next 3 years, or like?
I think Oda said something about that recently. Oh, speaking of which, side note, it seems like almost all popular manga artists right now have declared all of these series are coming to an end recently. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, and it's killing me. I'm not gonna lie, it's weird.
You know what? I'm kind of happy, but also sad and happy, because I'm sad, because the series are coming to an end. But I'm kind of happy because I'm a strong believer in series need to have an ending. Ending is paramount. Yes. Ending kind of defines everything about a story, and it's really nice. At least I'm around in a time where all these major, stories that I got to grow up with, that I started in middle school and sometimes elementary school, right, are now finally getting that closure, and I get to see it.
Berserk finished last year, even though they brought it back. Like technically, you can say that's the end of it, since the author died and they kind of added into it. One Piece coming to the end soon. My Heroes I mean, I keep checking reading. Sometimes the chapters are like 10 pages, 12 pages. Something's wrong with the author. I think he's sick again. But like that's coming to an end sometime soon. JJK, Jujutsu Kaisen's coming to an end. Like a lot of these shows, I don't know what Shonen Jump's gonna do.
Well, man, Shonen Jump's running into that issue, bro, because I'm looking at their catalog and I'm like, man, all your authors are done. And I don't know whether you need to offer them more money or what's going down. It's crazy
to the grave.
What's crazy is that the author for like not Sword Online, Spy Family, the author for Spy Family, that author, by the way, he made Spy Family as just like a relaxation thing, because his publisher said, hey, you should make something while you're in between major series. Just make something that's like a throwaway you can make really quickly on the side, just as a fun gag, right? And don't be too serious about it. Don't take it too seriously. So him not trying, he makes Spy Family, right? And now Viz went to him and said, hey, we want Spy Family to go on for at least 10 years. Do you have that in you? And if I remember correctly, the interview he said initially he was happy about it, but then he started thinking about it like, nah. And there's this growing trend of a lot of artists are now just coming to that realization, like 10 years of one thing, 10 years. I can't do that. I can't do, I mean, I could, but what would be I'm an artist.
Would you rather have that job security of that 10-year project or having like one just like, I'm trying to think of something that wasn't super long. I feel like Demon Slayer's not even like a real long anime. Like kind of like
it's not. The manga ended. The manga was
like,
the manga
was
like
20 chapters.
Yeah,
like
shoot, dude. Man, when I was I remember my animation professor. He was pretty much saying something very profound to me. He was like, "Hey, trying to find a secure job in animation and art in general is tough, right? But in animation, there's two routes, right? You can go to a project where you will always have work, like The Simpsons or Family Guy, right? But you will only ever draw The Simpsons and Family Guy. That will be it, right? That's all you'll ever learn. That's all you ever really get, right? Or you can take the route of the more experimental type and go on to some project that may or may not work, but at least you get to try new things." And he said it's a balance between job security and being in his mind what a true artist was. But I think a lot of these mangakas are coming to that realization of, I'm an artist and I don't want to die only making Naruto.
Doug, and speaking of that, I know we're off the topic. More Naruto episodes coming out too. Did you see that?
Yeah.
This is in the first time in 11 years that Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece will be airing at the same time, the original big three.
The big three refuse to die.
Do we need more Naruto? Like, do we really need any more? I'm gonna get killed for this, dog, but I don't got Naruto as a top 10 anime. Sorry.
I dropped Naruto after Sasuke left. When Sasuke left in the anime, I dropped Naruto. Because at that point, even as a young person, I realized that I was done with long-running shonen. I was a huge Ronin Kenshin fan. Roman Kenshin.
Ronin Kenshin.
Huge. Yep. I'm still in. I actually have all the mangas.
Really?
Yeah.
Samurai
I'm still
X,
a huge fan.
I love that movie.
Samurai X. Oh my god! Right. I loved the whole story, the aesthetic. I loved everything about it. I finished that series when was it the re-release of it they did back in 2008, 2009. Right. I finished that series, and I told myself never again. I have over 44 volumes, like or 30 something volumes on never again. Let's stick to smaller shows, smaller running series, and that's I've stuck into that kind of vow since then. So Naruto I dropped. One Piece I didn't even start, and I wasn't going to.
I don't even like pirates enough to watch it. So I remember watching like the terrible For You Kids dub, and I'm like,
oh Jesus Christ, yo ho.
Yeah, my guy Sanji like puffing on a lollipop. All right, bro. So I say I think the longest running show that people don't really know about that I watched was D. Gray Man. Have you ever seen that?
D. Gray Man, yeah.
It's like 130 episodes, 160, but it's a sleeper. It's a sleeper pick.
I've caught some here and there. I'll say this: there's some diehard fans that speak words of it. So yeah. I have to probably get back to it. Yeah.
It's a good show, man. It's a good show.
I believe it.
Getting back.
Yeah, back on track though. I know we went on. Sorry, we went on a tangent there. No, for me, hits would definitely be Hell's Paradise, and Heavenly Delusion, who has been delivering the "oh my god, what the hell's happening" situation. Witch from Mercury. I think it was a delightful run. And what else do we have? Dang, there's so many. And
you watch Eden Zero at all?
Digits in my heart. I don't have any hate for it. It has the fairy tale effect for me. It's neither here nor there. I didn't have any word. I didn't have any opinion about fairy tale. So I watched Eden and I was like, I don't have any opinion about that. Oh, but there's my there's my boy. There's my boy. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't watched My First Clueless Friend, give it a shot. It is delightful. It is
there he goes.
There we go, right there in that top left hand corner. That's my boy right there. So it is a show and a manga based on the manga, I believe, is a 4 kuma, so it's a very short comedy skit, but it's based on a girl who looks very gloomy in her class, and everyone calls her the Grim Reaper, yada yada, kind of makes fun of her. And then you have this boy who is just the absolute perfect ball of optimism and happiness that gets just put into her life, and no matter what happens, he's the happiest, just most cheerful person, most lovable person I've ever seen. And his charisma, even at the age of, I think he's like 8, is off the charts. And he breaks like an old MC taboo of like, at near the last episode, like he tries to start figuring out why he's like, do I like you more than a friend or something like that? And she even says like, well, you should probably wait to find out. And he's like, no, I'm pretty sure. And he just looks at her and she's like, wait, what? He's like, no, I'm pretty sure, because I like you different than I like everybody else around me.
Yeah, like, that catharsis moment right there,
right? And he's so he's like clueless. He doesn't realize, but he's also at the same time, he gets it completely. And I loved it. It's balancing. It's a romance anime that has all the gags and reels, and it's short and it's easy to consume. I loved it. I loved every minute of it.
That's like a sleeper pick, then, Austin.
Bro, it might be a sleeper pick. Actually, you know what? I'm stamping it right here. Sleeper pick. I don't think anybody really talked about it, bro.
No, bro, I'm not gonna lie to you. I skipped over it. A lot of time I'm just looking off the cover art, and that was the one that drew me in. But you were telling us about it. I don't know if it was last episode or not. It might have been off air, but you had me there, so I'm definitely gonna go back and check that out for sure.
Yep. A miss though, definitely a miss. Birdie. Birdie, the first season of Birdie. So this season 2, a lot of Yuri has been kind of coming more prominent. We have Witch of Mercury, which has a main Yuri plot. We had Birdie, which is still a main Yuri plot even from the first season, and then we have Yuri Is My Job, which I'm a huge manga reader. I've collected all the mangas. I've not collected the last volume. Still need to read it, and I'm waiting to read it before I watch the show. Yeah, Birdie started off strong, really interesting. I liked it all the way through. I don't really like the ending. I won't spoil it for people for the show.
And this is a golf.
It's a golf, yeah. It's essentially how can I say this? It's essentially the world controlled by golf, and golf is like the most powerful thing in the way. Like, you have to be good at golf to be worth much. But like, it's anime when it's anime being anime.
Anime right there. Sound like it,
dude. It is man. I just did not like. I don't like where it's going either at the moment. I don't know what it is. I wish I could put it more in context without spoiling it. I probably will later on. I'll probably wait till everything gets settled down. Then I'm probably going to give out my final thoughts for it. And Yuri Is My Job. Been waiting for this, man. And it's okay. it's fine.
Do it for you?
Yeah. The manga was good enough for me. The anime is kind of just doing the same. I'm like, it's all right. Alice Gear, which is here and there.
You were talking about Idol Masters. You said that was a big hit.
Idol Masters, and this is Cinderella Girls. So I believe this is the second run of Cinderella Girls, if I remember correctly, because there was another one before this. But Cinderella Girls, yeah. If you're an Idol fan, Idol Masters are some diehard dudes. It's from Bandai too, so they are some diehards. Dude, all right, hey, I found a way to plug it. Ace Combat. So in Ace Combat, there is a skin that you can put on your jet. That is the Idol Masters. So
what's that? Like the laws of Kevin Bacon? Like no matter how you can get back, I think
no, 7 degrees.
No matter how you go around,
you'll always find a way back to where you were.
Jesus. Well, man, those are definitely. I think the spring list. It was heat, man. Heat all the way around. So I want to talk to you. What do you think makes a good anime?
What makes a good anime?
Yeah.
Interesting, compelling story that also has fantastic characters in a world that's also interesting and with a developing story that's cool to follow around with enough twists and turns and delightful writing, dialogue, and great animation. In that order, I think animation is sometimes overrated. I honestly don't think you need the best anime budget to make a good anime. I honestly think it's more of writing, dialogue, and just characters.
I could watch a poorly drawn show, but if the dialogue hits, the story hits, the writing goes out the window because I'm like automatically entering myself into that show and watching it. So I definitely agree with that. I actually do like a lot of shows as of late that are like kind of not based on mangas too, like kind of just like off the wall shows. Just made up for anime, and I've been enjoying a lot of those. There was one on Netflix. I can't remember what the name was, but it was like pretty much humans are now like treated as like just warriors to fight battles for these dog and animal peoples. I forget what we were talking about, what it was called, but it's a weird, never based on a manga or anything. I think it's called Kitagiri or something. Whatever the word for like chicken on the skewer is in Japanese, that's what they pretty much call the humans, and they use them like to fight their wars and stuff. It was a pretty interesting.
That sounds interesting. Show. Yeah, I gotta check that out. But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, dude. Like Agretzko got that first season of Agretzko, I think is fantastic, and the animation was all done by one guy, if I remember correctly, one or two guys.
Right.
So it doesn't look the best, but you get especially me being when it started, I was like mid-20s, so I understood everything that she was going through. And I was like, oh yeah, this is kind of me, right? But like Bocchi the Rock. Bocchi the Rock has fantastic animation, but I think it wouldn't be anywhere without Bocchi herself as a character that's written really well with it. Or what series did we have recently that was animation was questionable but the story was good?
I mean,
there's names everywhere.
I was gonna say, yeah, I mean there were some parts of Witcher Mercury they were like
oh, have you seen the updated shots where they show the Blu-ray and the original next to each other? I mean, you see where they cut. So we're like, okay, they either ran out of time or they did not have the money.
Yeah. I've seen some hilarious, like the horse that's cut up into thirds, and it's like that far left is like a crazy, like amazing art style. The middle's like, okay, you could be like decent, and then kindergarten, and that's where kind of like depicted the Witcher Mercury. Like the backside of Witcher Mercury, that prologue was amazing. The middle core, decent, and then that last 12 episodes was like dog shit. So,
Witcher Mercury, is this gonna? We'll save this for a review of Witcher Mercury, I guess. if you want to review Cyberpunk, Witcher Mercury, and all the other ones that we promised to review on the main podcast,
we'll bring them to you here. This is the review channel. That's what we're calling
it. Yeah. But Witcher Mercury, man, it started off so strong. Music was great. Middle core, I thought, was decent, and those last 3 episodes, man, they were just rushing. Especially the last one, it was so just. But I mean, it is a show that honestly needs 50 episodes. The characters in it, and you know what? I would also say that this makes a good anime, an anime that has enough time to tell its story. Yes. I think that Eureka 7 it's a very long anime. I don't know if you've seen the whole thing. Have you seen Eureka 7?
Love it. Top 10 for me.
Love it. It's one of my favorite animes of all time. Right?
Love it.
And I think there's still some characters on Eureka 7 that didn't get their own episode, like Moondoggy, or some of the crew of the Nirvash, some of the crew on the other enemy ship. Right? We still don't really know too much about the king. Play from
and the movies were supposed to hit on some of this stuff, but they kind of just gave us a retelling of like
the director lost his mind. That's what happened. The director lost his effing mind. The director of Eureka 7 literally believed that he was better at telling a story than the creator of Evangelion. Which, if you're basing your storytelling ability on Evangelion,
that's already saying.
The hell are you doing? What? Yeah. That's like saying like, oh man, I can. I can build a better car than General Dynamics or GE.
Right.
I was like, they don't build cars, bro. I mean, they tried,
Right.
they ain't good. It's like, well, I could build a better one, but in the way they try to do it, I'm like, no, stop, just stop. But yeah, no, he lost.
So I'm assuming you watched the movie. You watched the movie that I'm still trying to figure out, like, how he like. So
Palm
he was,
of
like,
the Planets. Yeah. Was it Palm of the Planets or the one where what's it called? The other one where it's following the chick. What's it in MMA? Palm of the Planets. Palm of the Planets is literally, so the Scubquirrel have subdimensional power. I literally dedicated myself to figuring out because I wanted to love the movie, and I just had to come to grips that I don't. But back to how it all ties into Gundam. Even in that show with 50 episodes, we still don't have all the answers with all the crew, but we know them well enough because we spent enough time with them. In Eureka 7, I think that's the issue, is that there's a huge amount of characters in there, all with backstories, ideas, and places that can go, but we don't have the time to explore it, which kind of makes me even more mad at shows like Iron-Blooded Orphans, where they had enough time, right? And they explored it, and you saw certain characters, certain factions, links, some understanding. You have an understanding of each character. I mean, there's even relationships that pop up in there that have a sad ending, some have good endings, right? That are all threaded throughout the show. Some of them end up just being tragic because even though they both find each other, both of them end up dying right by the end of it. In Eureka 7, in Bush from Mercury, I still don't know half of the people in her house's name, like in Earth House's name. I know Choo Choo, at all. I don't even know what their I know what their like type of theme is, but the black guy, he likes to gamble, right? His friend who gambles with them likes to lose his money, right? But that's their only personality traits. What's his name? I bet it's they say it like two times, 3 times, right? And the one chick that does actual witchcraft, right, is not a witch. So I mean, like, it's a show that really needed more time to flesh out everything, but I still liked it regardless.
Right. Do you think a show can be successful with a big anime cast, a big cast of characters?
As long as it's given time to explore and they all have something important, meaningful to do. You can give me a huge cast, but if I only get one character ever talking ever, then it's kind of pointless. What is it? Idolmaster. We're talking about Idolmaster. Literally a show I think was like 16 characters. All of them have a purpose, and all of them I think get time to shine, and have their own dilemmas and have their own mistakes and regrets and triumphs and failures. I mean, that's kind of you can keep adding characters, but you got to give them the time to flesh out, to write them, to make them feel like they're alive and that they matter to the show. Or you're just going to be, just with a bunch of random filler. You're going to be with Roblox characters, like a bunch of just
literally
physically there, but no substance. Like there's nothing going on.
Do you watch My Hero? Do you watch My Hero?
I dropped My Hero. I dropped My Hero after I stopped watching My Hero after the tournament arc. I dropped the manga after Vigilantes came out because I liked Vigilantes far more than the manga, so I just kept reading Vigilantes, and then Vigilantes ended, and then I dropped it entirely. I just never went back. Yeah,
I watched is tournament arc season 3?
I think season 2. I think it's late season 2.
So I watched first 3 seasons and I stopped. Never read the manga. Picked up the manga like maybe 100 chapters ago, like at this like final villain arc. Spoilers for anyone that's reading or watching, but like I didn't have to know what happened in the middle just to pick it up in the end. I was already like, all right, this is Dabi's brother is Todoroki. Like I already know his dad's a dick, so this is why he has this villain backstory. Like they have so many characters, and I feel like that's kind of where it's happening now. They're you're kind of missing out on like building these characters up because it's so easy just to. Like I said, I skipped 200 chapters of a manga. I don't know, maybe not 200 chapters, but I skipped a lengthy amount of chapters and picked back up, and like I could just guess what happened. So I feel like that kind of. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. Maybe it's easy to pick up and read, but not like storytelling wise. Like I feel like you shouldn't have to I shouldn't be able to pick up your manga halfway through and already know what happened without reading.
I see it as it could be good or bad. It could be bad as in like there's so little important going on that at any moment you pick it up, the same amount of intrigue is happening, right? But it could be also good because it means that you have an infinite number of good jumping on points. I mean, I think that's kind of where we're at with comic books right now, right? So, I mean, well, actually, no, scratch that. If you go into any major event with comic books right now, you'll be lost more than a child at SeaWorld, right? It would be, you have no idea what's going on or where you're at.
I tried to get back into it once Spider-Man came out, and I was like, all right, I'm back in my comic book. Picked up a film, like, hey, yo, I don't know what's going on. I got to get this chapter of this book to get this chapter of this book to get this chapter of this book to know what's going on in the next chapter of this book. Jesus.
I can follow major events if I want to, but it's just so much harder than it is with manga. Like manga is just volume 1, 2, 3, 4 book. Like this one, like Dark Metals book 1, what is it? Batman, the White Knight, which was the one series I could follow because it did a manga format where it was just like book 1, book 2, book 3, like 1 through 12. And it had no tie-ins, no nothing like that. It was just like, no, we're only doing this. And once we're done, we're moving on. And then after that, of course, they made 30 different spinoffs because it was successful. Yeah. But yeah, no, man, I jumping on and jumping off points, I think they're important, but I think you're right. I think if you have an infinite amount, you're doing something wrong. Like there should be a point where you want to go back and start.
Yeah, sometimes there's just too much going on.
Yeah.
So we talked about what makes a good anime. So let's keep that in mind because now we are here for as Coop would say, the meat and potatoes, the summer 2023 list of animes. Let me see here.
Now, I have not looked at this entire compiled list. I know stuff that's coming out, but I'm interested to see each one by one.
First up, JJK second season. Manga. I read the manga. I don't know if I'm actually going to read it or watch it. Did you watch season 1 of JJK? Jujutsu Kaisen?
So I watched it. I wasn't a fan. I wasn't a huge fan of the show in general. I love the music, and I love the music is fantastic, and I love the fan-made music versions of it. And that's all I know about it. I didn't watch the movie. I didn't really finish the show, and I was never reading the manga. Everyone keeps telling me it's great, but I think Bleach kind of soured me on sorcerers. So I've just been kind of sorcerers and Bleach and what's the other show? Black Clover. And Fairy Tail even is that. Maybe and you know what? Maybe I just don't have a thing for sorcery. Like if it has to do sorcerer or exorcism, I just don't care.
This show has been done. Like there's a lot of hype behind it. I read the manga. I'm completely lost. Like there's stuff they've been talking about this entire time. I don't understand like these dimensional gates they pull out. I don't understand the concept of it. I did see the movie. It was pretty good. I like the art style, but I'm lost. I don't understand what's going on. But it's been done so many times. Like I was reading a book called Bosho Rican, so manga and anime. This came out like on the tail of Bleach. Same type of thing. A high school kid gets into stuff he shouldn't be getting into. Get something. Like, all right, you're gonna help us, or we're gonna kill you. He helps him, and that's how the story goes. There's another one called Black Cat. It's like Black Cat. 4 volumes, same exact premise. High school kid gets a hold of something he shouldn't get a hold to. Some undercover group goes, hey, we're gonna have to kill you, but you can join us and we'll help you along the way. And that's literally JJK. Main character gets into some shit, eats a finger. Hey, we're gonna help you live a little bit longer, but we're gonna have to kill you in the end. And like it's been done again and again and again. And I don't understand really the hype behind it. Like it looks cool, but I feel like we've seen this so many times. And I feel like Bleach is like the better version of this, honestly.
Yeah, and it's the proven shonen formula. So if you know shonen, and if shonen is your thing, then you would absolutely love Jujutsu Kaisen. Yeah. I'm not I don't think I've read or watched any shonen anymore. I think I don't watch any or read any of them anymore. So this isn't me. So and I've never been a sorcerer exorcism dude. I never watched Blue Exorcist. I never watched any of that stuff. Blue Exorcist. Yeah, it was never my thing. So I mean, more power to people who like it. More power to you. Animation looks absolutely god tier. I just wish I could care.
Right. Yeah. I mean, what's the shonen demographic? What's it like 12 to like 25? Something like that. Like this is what it's projected to. If I was in high school now, I'd be eating this.
Oh yeah.
I'd have a Sukuna tattoo. Like like it be imprinted on me or something. But
older
guy
might,
now.
It might be. I had a hard time growing up with any magic stuff because my parents were heavily religious. So
no Harry Potter,
I didn't
like that.
I never even could watch Harry Potter. Harry Potter was considered the book of the devil. So
yeah, Austin, I don't think you're getting into this one. No, sir. But
nah.
To everybody out there, like you said, who likes shonen, this is probably right up your alley. Anime's good, animation's good, music's good. Just I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna watch it. I didn't watch the first season. I'm not gonna watch the second season.
I'm not gonna watch this either. This is a skip for me.
Yeah, and I'm not gonna lie. I read the manga before anyone got on the hype. I liked the first 4 chapters, and then I feel like once everyone else got onto it, I was like, bro, this. I was like, it got to a point where, like I said, I've read this story 4 or 5 times now. Like, it's been done better.
You start seeing those deja vus of chapter 8,222, and he just got the 5th finger. Now he has a whole hand, but he has to do the other hand as well. And you're like, oh, Jesus Christ.
And the only thing I can say about JJK, the author wants to end it soon. He doesn't want to. He already said, I don't want this to be a long ending anime. So I respect him on this because the arc they're in now, I'm reading it. Shit's fighting crazy back and forth. But I still, like I said, I just don't know what the hell's going on. Like, I need you to I need a dissertation of explanation of what the hell these powers are, besides just jujitsu fighting. So
it's sad when you need a degree from the Fate series to be able to understand the fights, because you're like, oh, okay, I get it. So everyone has a noble phantasm, just their own version. Like, okay,
exactly.
Yeah. Makes no sense.
Next up, we got season 2. My guy Tensai over here. Did you watch season 1?
I did not, but I have been trying to read the manga because the light novel's been out for years. I've been trying to read the manga to get caught up. So this is actually funny. Contrary to what I just said, this is one series about sorcery I actually like, but I like it because of all the lore and history and what goes down further on through life. This is a journey of one person, not just in one phase of a fight this guy. No, this is a journey from his birth all the way to his death, and then the legacy of his family that lives on after him, and especially some of the girls. That's
how far the night level goes.
Oh, dude. So I won't spoilers. Yeah, minor spoilers. But his offspring, right, are sometimes just as interesting as him. And I won't say who he gets with because that's a spoiler in of itself. I bet you can probably find it everywhere. But the end game is pretty much just as interesting as the journey itself. Wow. So I do like this series. I will be checking this out. I need to jump on the anime. I need to start watching it because the animation on it apparently is fantastic too. So I need to start watching it. I gotta watch.
I watched the first couple episodes of season 1, and that got me into the manga. I heard it was a light novel, but I was like, man, I already read 86. I don't need any more full-ass books in my collection. But now that I know that it goes past his life, I might have to go get on it because I really do enjoy the anime, or the manga, I should say. Like you said, I love seeing him come into the world. I don't like too many isekais, but seeing him grow from a kid, he doesn't come in OP. I mean, he comes in OP, but he grows into his powers. And he takes losses. A lot of times, people get dropped off in another world. They automatically come in there OP as hell and just middle-aged. You see him grow from a kid, see his family, see his mom and his dad. Spoilers in the manga, he has siblings that he finds later in life. I definitely enjoy the manga, so I'm gonna have to check it out. And it already has an 8.7.
Yeah, and the dynamic that he has with those siblings, the dynamic of his family. That's what it is. It's more than just him. It's everything around him that goes on to it, and how he lives through it, and how it all interacts. It's really interesting. It feels alive. It feels like a world that's actually alive. That's what's interesting about it.
Right. Next up, Zom 100, Bucket List of the Dead. I actually read this manga a lot. Episode 1 dropped either today or yesterday. Have you got a chance to see it yet?
I haven't gotten a chance to see it. I have not gotten a chance to see it. But the animation looks good. Colors look good. I have read the first 3 chapters of the manga. A really cool premise. I like the idea. I'm on board. I'll give it a shot. It's not 100% priority right now, but I do want to see this.
The trailer for it, I was like, oh wow, it looks pretty dope because it was black and white, and then the colors, and I'm like, okay, there. I can tell. I feel like when Netflix picks up an anime, a newer one, they're really they're trying to pick and choose what they think is going to be a good show. So I'm assuming they probably think this is going to be a hit.
Yeah, they used to do the Netflix used to be the, oh my god, sign literally everything up, get everything we can get on there. Now they're
Right.
being very picky, which is a smart play, I think, on their part now.
Yeah, because they had a lot of crap on there. So I do. They always put the
Shovelware.
Netflix exclusive. And I'm like, all right, dog.
Shovelware. It's shovelware. Just get it out there. That's what it is, man. Don't cancel your subscription. We have new stuff. We promise.
Right.
This might be good. Oh, this might be good too. I don't know what this is. Is that a dog that turns into a robot? Maybe. I don't know. Might be some nudity in it. Here, take it.
Possibly. I definitely was scrolling down on. I seen a show. I don't know why I watched this show. I forgot what it was called, but it was like pretty much feudal era Japan, and like there was some type of disease that killed off a lot of the men. So instead of like there being a male shogun, like emperor was a female, and like all the guys were like sex workers. I don't know how I stumbled upon this shit, but I watched the entire thing, and at the end of it, and I'm like, bro, what did I just watch? I think it's called Oku. The Oku, pretty much like the best looking men in Japan stay inside this castle, and like she picks through these guys to like repopulate the bloodline, and they have to stay inside the castle because these guys don't want to get this disease. And like literally, I'm like watching it, and I keep hitting next episode, and I don't know why.
It's like World's End Harem. I don't know if you've caught that manga
Yes.
or that anime.
Yes.
It's like World's End Harem. It's literally just softcore hentai that has somewhat of a story that's kind of interesting, and your brain is easily able to consume.
I'm like, damn, 7 episodes deep. Mind you, the first episode is an hour and a half, and after that, I should have known. I'm like, bro, what?
Speaking of that, side note, have you noticed a lot of animes are now doing the 1 hour season premiere episodes? Ocean
Demon Slayer
Finland, Demon Slayer.
Yep.
Everybody's doing the 1 hour premiere. I think that's the new gimmick that's coming out.
I feel like Bleach might have even did it too.
Bleach probably did it. Burn the Witch literally did that, but I mean that was just like that. They didn't make a series out of that. That was just an hour of fun.
Did you like Burn the Witch?
Man. I was very interested, and then I was not. I was
just as fast though, right?
Yeah. It was at the beginning of it. I was like, "Oh, this is pretty cool. Oh, it's in the Bleach world and everything like that." And then once you're done with it, you're like, I will have to see where this goes. I like the whole dragon part, and now he's kind of enthralled in it. But at the same time, I'm like, I don't really care too much about him. Yeah,
the chicks.
Yeah, the chicks are cool, but even them, I'm like, I forgot his name, but the character design on point. But yeah, but I'm just like, it's all right. I won't say much. Yeah, it's whatever.
No, I've definitely been seeing that though a lot with the 1 hour intros. I don't know. I feel like that was never a thing until like recently. Like I feel like they never dropped a double pack.
So. No, I think honestly, it kicked off. Demon Slayer kicked it off because the Demon Slayer movie, in my opinion, kind of changed the whole landscape. Now all animes all shows are trying to get movies tied into them. Because the Demon Slayer movie, that Demon Slayer movie did fantastically financially. So now, all of them got to get something movies on. All of them have to have hour-long premieres. All of them got to do all the gimmicks now.
We'll call it the Demon Slayer effect.
Right? Yeah. Now, essentially, it's like modern day gaming. Like once everyone started doing microtransactions, now everyone has, once everyone's got a microtransaction, everyone's got their own point system. It's ridiculous, but I mean, it's the way it goes. Yeah. Hopefully the anime stays good. I don't care what gimmicks they do, just make sure the anime is good.
Yeah, that's all we ask for. Give me a 2 hour episode, but as long as it's good. Next up, we have Horimiya, The Missing Pieces.
Horimiya.
I read the manga. Didn't watch the first season, but this is just a compilation of stories that were in the manga that didn't make it into the main show. I feel like the main. Did you watch it? It was pretty quick. I heard.
I've read the whole manga series and I've watched the whole anime. It is one of my favorite series of all time. The anime went by lightning fast. It skipped over huge chunks of the manga, and I'm glad they're going back and making it because there are some fantastic points that they just blew by. Right.
Even just like not even just the main couple, but like a lot of the side characters, like a lot of those relationships get explored in the manga, and that's why I feel like I lied. I did watch the entire anime. I forgot, like you said, because it was so quick. Because I remember watching the last episode. Like, damn, they graduated. Like that didn't happen in like what? Where's all the other stuff that
Right?
before that?
Shoot.
One of your favorite romance rom-coms?
Yeah, one of my favorite.
It's more. I think so.
It's one of my favorite because it hits you in a very unexpected spot. There's nothing particularly crazy going on. It's just written in a way where these teenagers are doing such believable teenager things and such teenager angst that it's kind of gripping. It's like the equivalent, because I'm gonna date myself here. It's like watching Degrassi back in the day. Nothing particularly crazy is going on, and if you rewatch it today, it's horrible. It's all terrible written, right? But
terrible.
But you get to see what Drake looks like when he was young with a fro, which is weird. but all the angst is nailed so accurately and so well that it's kind of just interesting to keep. It kind of grabs you in a way because you're like, oh, I want to see what happens next, and I loved it. I loved it.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm definitely I'm real big into romance. The older I get, I love a good love story in my manga and animes, and seeing them build up to it.
Dude, it's when you and I have gotten older, I think it's just that our power fantasies have kind of just starting to draw away. Like, I don't really need a power fantasy. I'm pretty secure with who I am. I'm pretty happy, and I own my own stuff. I live by myself. I have all the power. I have all the power I need. To eat Doritos at 2 a.m. and have
literally solo leveling going on in your apartment,
right? Right. So I'm just like, I don't need any more. I have the power. But yeah, no, just a nice little romance and anime that shows the connection between two people. It's pretty powerful stuff now these days.
And they're complete opposites too. Like the main characters, and they start woven the story of the similarities they have. Like, was not expecting them to have a full like tattoo sleeve and all these piercings, and like her to be like complete opposite of what she is at school. I love it, man. I absolutely love it.
And one of the few series, romance series that breaks the MC taboos. They get it on.
Surprising.
And if anything, the girl is the one that brings on the amount of it.
Right.
She instigates it and he reciprocates. And you're just like, and the whole time I kept thinking, okay, she's gonna be pregnant. The whole story is gonna be that she's pregnant and she's gonna be a teenage pregnancy. Nope, that never happened. I was like, oh wow, okay.
We did not need another clan to dog, because I could have took a wild left and she could have died or some shit.
Bro, I can't take another clan at After Story, man. That show broke me. That broke me forever. I literally can't. All right, moving on.
Traumatizing thing. Bleach second season. Second core of the 1,000-Year Blood arc. Did you watch season 1?
I did not watch the Blood arc. I'm waiting for this to finish. I have learned my lesson, like I said with Shonen. I'm waiting until it finishes completely, and then I'll watch it. And that may not be until the year 2077. But and this is on Disney Plus apparently.
Yeah. I mean, man, that's what I see right here. I heard Disney Plus has been picking up different streaming. Like, they had something on there. I was like, this is like rated R. Like, it's like a TVMA anime.
Ever since anime's been doing heavy numbers in the West now, right? All these streaming services are now trying to get their own anime stuff. Like High Dive with Amazon trying to pick up one. Crunchyroll's already been in the game. But Disney now seems to, I mean, once they made Visions, Star Wars Visions, that's which fantastic. By the way, watch Star Wars Visions. There's a lot of episodes of Star Wars Visions that shows everyone that you can still make fantastic Star Wars stories if you're willing to try new things. But
exactly.
Ever since they started that, I think they've seen some really great potential growth for anime for them. So now they're just going around, and because it's Disney, they can write a blank check for anything. I wouldn't be surprised if they just buy Gundam, not just Bandai, just Gundam. Like, we'll buy all Gundam. Yeah, just in general, right? And the next series is exclusively on our stuff. So, I mean, Disney's been making moves, man.
That's really crazy. I never thought in a lifetime I'd ever see like Bleach on Disney Plus. Come on,
right? Swords, cursing, blood, and stabbing, and Mickey right there in the background. Ho ho! Release Demon Arc 12.
The kids in the background making the ears on the Bleach logo. I'm saying with you, I'm gonna let it finish. The clips I do see of it, it looks amazing. So I can't even be mad about that. But like you said, Shonen, fire animation, but just right now, I'll wait. I know I'm gonna like it. I'm a big Bleach fan. Like, that's one of the few shonens that I did enjoy, and I can see myself watching again. But Oh wait, and it's nice that they kind of went back and revisited with newer, updated art styles, because watching Bleach back then and watching it now, I can just watch them between the clips. We're killing it clearly because where we've been now, but Bleach, I'll wait on you.
Yep, same.
Next up we have Masamune Kun's Revenge R. Never heard of it. You gonna watch it?
I read the first couple chapters of the manga. I watched the first, I think, 15 minutes of the anime, the first episode. I hate this manga with a passion. Now, granted, there's nothing particularly wrong with it. Matter of fact, it's actually technically kind of good. But if you are not into, like, how can I say this? Into kind of a dark, sour type of humor, like ones that kind of depicts human beings as terrible people and, you know, kind of manipulating any other person for their own gain, to really horrible kind of rotten core soulless tactics and ideas.
Jesus, Austin.
You'll be okay with this. This is very much a dark humor comedy. I'm not a fan of that type of level of comedy it goes to, so this can die in a fire for all I care. But Jesus, for those who enjoy it and talk it up, I will never deny their love for it. I think the people who enjoy it really do genuinely enjoy it. They're not bad people, of course. I'm not saying that. It's just that you have to enjoy a certain level of comedy, a certain type of dark comedy, to really get the most out of this. And I'm just not that type of person.
Do you like harems?
Like sometimes. What is it? Tenchi Muyo was my OG harem. I think he did it best out of everybody. So I don't know, man.
That's the only harem I've actually enjoyed watching too. So I'm totally in agreement with you.
Real quick, best girl Ryoko, right?
Come on, talk to me.
Who else would it be? Who else would it be? It's
something
Ryoko.
About her crazy ass, man. Like,
right?
She's ready to blow up a world for him. So
she's so damn good. They even put her in Western anime now. Western animation.
The Owl
House. Yeah. The main character is based on Ryoko. I mean, not main character. The main witch lady. Yeah.
And you know, it's funny when I was watching it with Chloe, because Chloe was watching. I'm like, damn, she looks familiar. Like, I feel like I've seen her. And now you put it like that.
It's Ryoko.
Hey, undercover anime guy. I don't know if is it a Western director? Like, is this guy American?
Mm-hmm.
Or
yeah. I think it was a lady who made it, who created it. But yeah,
she's with it.
No, she's a lot of modern day animators are actually just anime fans too. That's why I think a lot of Disney shows have so many anime references in them as well now, and Cartoon Network ones too.
But it's crazy, man. I feel like we grew up in the dark ages of anime. Like, I tell us around the time, like, I wasn't like super like, I feel like being like really into sports, like it was kind of like frowned upon. Like, if the only acceptable anime back then was like DBZ, maybe Naruto,
Mobile Suit Gundam Wing, Toonami, anything on Toonami. That was it. If you bring up Robotech or Macross, everyone looks at you like, what the hell are you talking about? And okay, bro, yeah, that sounds great, man. I mean, you play football, just don't eat me. Right. I'll say whatever you watch is cool.
I feel like I don't tell people this story, but the reason like I really got into subbed, one, I used to be a big dub guy because that was all I was out. I got online and started watching more subbed anime because they were more readily available. But when I got to like high school, college, like I was around people that like kind of frowned upon anime and I couldn't like really be myself. I used to watch subbed because I could just listen to it in my headphones and watch and read the subtitles versus like having it out loud and people be like, bro, because every time I'm watching the anime, so is that hentai? Is that porn? I'm like, God damn, dog, no.
Dude, man, so I have a story. So growing up, I was sent to the rec center a lot because my mother was raising 3 kids but also trying to get her degree. My dad was deployed, so often we would just be me at the rec center with my older brother and older sister, and there would be 3 computers, one for playing Age of Empire there, where everybody's on there, and you had the old tube computers with the old desktop, and you get your turn to play Age of Empire, or The Sims, or was it a Sim City or Roller Coaster Tycoon? We had another one that was broken, always broken, and then we had the third one. The third one, which had the monitor connected to a VHS player, and somebody brought the old 1980s anime of Street Fighter and he had the dubbed version and the sub version. So we were watching dub, and I was like, "Oh, this is cool." And then when he put in sub, I was like, "Why are they talking like that?" I was super young at the time. I didn't know, right? And he had King of Fighters, and he had the dub and sub of that too. So we watched King of Fighters, and that was the first time I saw
have that movie still. Yes.
the
chick with the ninja chick
with the things, goes out and like that, and I was like, right, and then the Street Fighter one, you saw Chun-Li in the shower, right, and so it's all us guys gathered around, and we watched Akira. So he brought Akira one day too. So he I think his dad was stationed in Japan, so he had a bunch of these OVAs that he would just come and play for us. And one day we were all huddled around there, all the guys, and the rec center teacher came in. He's like, "What are you guys watching? What are you guys watching? Are you guys watching that that girl, those girl?" And we're like, no, we're watching what's this, bubblegum crisis. We're watching bubblegum crisis. Yeah, man, I love those days. But yeah, you're right, we grew up in a timeline where we grew up in the era where the best anime would come out when we're adults, which is good, because it means that not only, it wasn't just us, it was everybody was experiencing the beauty of anime at the best time.
At the same time.
And now this generation, my nephew's generation, all these younger people's generation, they're getting the best of it, because my nephew loves anime, and I'm just like, dude, you have it so happy. You just have it so lucky.
Right. Chloe has a good, like, my sister, like I said, my sister used to work at a movie store, so I used to like go with her, sit behind the counter, rewind the tapes, and I'd Bubblegum Crisis, like the first Ghost in the Shell, Blood Plus, like all those shows. I'd be sitting there like,
Blood Plus.
Oh, like, I'm hooked. And that was like my earliest memories of watching, or even like Macross, like it's come on super early in the mornings on Saturdays. I used to catch that. Like some of my earliest memories, we had to go out of our way. Like I had so many viruses on my computer in like early high school, middle school, trying to watch anime online, and that shit was instant virus.
Trojan horses.
Now like Crunchyroll, Funimation, like all these different easy accessible sites to watch anime, like Kiss Anime.
The first anime I think I ever streamed, like legally streamed, was Oron Host Club off of Funimation site.
Yep.
Right? And I knew at that point, like, I'm living in the future. This is the future right here. Like now,
you tap in there. I think mine might have been rewatching Escaflowne. I think that shit was on there.
Escaflowne. Yep. Escryed, streaming
God. That was one of the craziest fighting, like shonen. That's peak shonen right there. Like
that giant freaking hand with the orb, and he's just like, and it's the voice actor is what's his name? What's his name? He was the voice actor for everything, really. Nah, man, him. Oh, dude, it's yeah, you're right. We grew up in a tough
Didn't it
time.
kind of look like Gundam Seed, those characters?
It was the same. It was the same art director. So the same art director did Gundam Seed. And
I was
Gundam
like,
Seed
look like...
yeah, they look exactly the same. And the animation, it was the first ever. I think it was one of the first digital animation things that they did at the same time. And the animator studio that did it apparently lived like down the street, so he just walked down the street and started working on Escryed. So he was fine.
Damn, hopped out of his Gundam and went right down to the street.
Right.
Sheesh.
All right. Cool. Now back to the list. Sorry, to the list everybody. We went way off.
Hey, that's what we're here for, though, Austin. We're bringing in the stuff we can't talk about in the pod. We don't got enough time to get on this anime bag, so we're doing it now. Next up, the girl I like forgot her glasses. This is my pick for best anime this season. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, top romance, number one most anticipated right now.
Have you watched it yet?
I have not. I am eagerly waiting though. I keep getting home too late and having to do stuff. I want to take my. I bought the manga. I have the manga right there on my shelf, and I'm just like, I got the first issue when it came out, and I'm like, I'm ready. I'm so ready.
Have you read the manga? You read the manga?
I've read the manga. Yeah, I've read the manga.
So good, so wholesome, so sweet, and just looking at the art style off the cover, it looks good.
Are you current? Are you current in the manga?
Current.
Bro, it's in such a beautiful place right now, and I just can't wait to see it animated. And I love her design. I love her design in this.
The layers hair, dog. Something about the hair.
Yeah, bro, she looks fantastic. I was like, it's one of those times where I'm like, this looks way better than the manga. I used to say Komi-san, for example, is one example where the manga, in my opinion, looks better than the anime. The anime, of course, is moving, but I just think that there's more detail in the manga than the anime. This, bro, I gotta say, this looks great.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I might even let it go a couple more episodes out just so I can sit down and like watch like 5 at a time.
Yeah.
It looks amazing. The manga, like you said, where it is right now is just a combination of wholesomeness. I'll just say that. I don't want to give up too much details, but it's just a combination of wholesomeness.
Oh yeah.
So please, guys, that's our pick. Make sure you guys check into that. I don't know where it's streaming at though.
Another one that's ending soon, if I remember correctly, or has it ended already? Yeah, I think the author said he's ending it very soon. So,
which is okay. I'm happy where it is. Like, if it ended at next chapter, I wouldn't be mad.
If this was the end game we're at, I'm happy. I have nothing to complain about.
The Eminence in Shadow season 2. Didn't watch season 1. Did you?
I did not watch season 1. I know a lot of people said that it's very fun, and you have to kind of go in with a expectation a little bit differently, because this is about an MC that has, who's OP, get dropped into a new world, but he doesn't want to be popular, but he accidentally ends up becoming the most powerful shadow organization of conspiracy controlled organization, world controlling, dominating. Like he tries not to, and he ends up becoming by accident. So it's it's an interesting premise, but I was never in any rush to see it. It looks cool, but it just wasn't hitting my buttons. I might check it out later. I do like some of the girl designs. Actually, I like all the girl designs, matter of fact. But the main character and who he is, I'm like, eh.
Then heard you.
Drew me.
So yep, I heard you. I understood. That's not on my watch list then. Then we have Rent a Girlfriend season 3.
Do you know what happened with the manga? Like everybody got really pissed about that NTR incident.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you read it?
No, I never read the manga at all. I had no idea what was going on until one day I am just browsing, and all I see is this huge hate for the show that I thought people were liking. I thought Rent a Girlfriend I thought people were enjoying it and then next they flipped on it and were like, F this show, yada yada. I'm like, what's going on?
He got too close to picking one girl. That's what happened.
Oh,
I feel like right around
the
that
quintuplets effect.
Yeah, and then the author kind of spun on his heels and did something else. Honestly, he could get to season 10 with this, because I don't see any end in sight of this shit.
Please don't.
I don't know why I still read it. I still read this shit. I am a sick person for reading this.
For me, this. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, just
I was gonna say.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say this show is like Nisekoi without any of the charm.
Yes,
because
and I like Nisekoi.
I love Nisekoi. Nisekoi is one of those shows that can go on for 10 years, but the reason why is because every last girl has their own unique charm that's really appealing and drawing to them. This one, I think there's 2 girls that are interesting, and the rest, I mean, they have their moments, but honestly, they're like, milk toast, warm bread. Like, bro, okay.
Oh my god, you have the X in the green in the back.
Yeah, the Psycho X who just realizes that now that someone else has it, I want it. Like,
right. Girlfriend, that's the one he really wants, who doesn't know what she wants.
Well, yeah.
Left chick, she's in love with him, absolutely dead over heels. Like, that's his girlfriend. But he doesn't want anything to do with her. Really doesn't want to break her heart. Then you have the girl on the right who calls him his master. Like, she secretly in love with him, but is trying to get him with the main chick. And then this chick in the back, I don't remember
the shy one.
Oh yeah. She who also is becomes a Renter Girlfriend, who's a side story now.
And she's so popular that she had a spin-off manga, and this is what I'm talking about. Like Nisekoi, I think there is no character except Riku. Maybe Riku. They were going to make a side story of her, but they canceled it. But in Nisekoi, all of them are charming, but I think all of them could hold their own side story for a good while. In this show, that shy girl is the only one I would care about. The only one I would care about to follow. All the rest of them are just ugh.
They brought the X back for 15 or for 50 chapters, it feels like. And then she disappeared again, and now she's back. And I'm just like, all right, bro. He's dragging it out. I mean, he's probably making a nice chunk of change, but I'm honestly tired of it. And I don't know why I'm still reading it.
And I kind of get what he's doing. I know he's trying to tell a story about, defining yourself as more than trying to get more out of a relationship than what than just having a hot body girlfriend, right? You're trying to find someone you care about, you can connect on a deeper lesson. I'm like, yeah, dude, this is not the cast to do that with. None of these girls are the ones that this is, except for the shy girl maybe, but that's just because of curiosity.
And the main MC, dog, he's just not it either. I don't, the main character, I don't. He doesn't have any appealing characteristics.
I don't like him either. I just don't like the main character either, man. I think Nizakoi. What was the other one where the guy, he got hit with the girl with the bouquet of flowers? Golden Time.
Golden Times, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, Golden Times is a classic too.
Quintuplets. Even though Quintuplets had a dog shit ending, but Quintuplets, even that I think does this better than this does. So
than his own genre. I've seen like some interviews with the author. He really enjoys drawing the manga, and he even said himself like he could
the art's beautiful.
Drag this out. Beautiful. I love the art style. He could really drag this out for like another 10 years, but I'm passing on it. I'm not gonna watch it ever. So
I won't be present for those 10 years.
Next up, My Happy Marriage. Austin, as soon as I watched this, I think I texted the group chat. I was like, "Hey, yo, this could be it."
I've been hearing nothing but good things. Is that an 8? Is that an 8.10? Oh, dang! All right, I gotta check this out. I've been hearing absolutely nothing but fantastic things. And this was another one with an hour-long premiere, right?
It was 35.
It was 30 minutes? Oh, okay, 30 minutes.
Yeah, but let me tell you about this. So this comes out on Wednesdays on Netflix. I stayed up until 12 o'clock, 12:30, waiting for this shit to come up on Netflix. And I have this app on my phone that tells me like the release time, my time. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Netflix keeps saying episode Wednesday. I'm looking, it says it doesn't come out until 7 a.m. I've never been so disappointed for a second episode. Like waiting to come out ever. Like this is amazing. The character designs, the style, the story, it's almost like a Cinderella-esque story. I'm not gonna lie to you. But her Prince Charming isn't so charming. On the look, sure, but like personality-wise, they say he's an asshole. But just the first episode, oh my. I went to Barnes and Nobles and I was this close to buying the light novel.
Oh damn! We don't really buy light novels. We
don't buy light novels, and like it's not even like a 86. That's like pushing 300 pages. The light novel maybe been like 200. So I think I might double back. Payday's on Friday. I'm probably gonna double back and go get it. But I can tell you now, this might be my favorite first episode I've watched in anime in a long time.
I feel you. It looks good. I'm excited. I'm gonna give this definitely a watch. I'm diving in on.
I'm telling you, the art style, you're gonna fall in love with it instantly. Just the eyes. When you watch it, just look at the eyes.
Look at the eyes. Oh, does it have the Oshinoko eyes? Those eyes you get lost in?
Oh, instantly. Instantly. After that, Bokuto Stray Dogs, Bangu Stray Dogs, 5th season, still going. I'm a fan of it. I haven't watched any of the episodes just yet. I usually like to go. It's like 3 or 4, so I can sit down and watch it. Coop's on the manga. I think he's watching the anime too, but it's pretty caught up to the manga. So I don't know how many more seasons we're gonna get of it, but I enjoy it. One of the few supernatural shows I like, and it's because it's not based in like high school. Like they're actually, that's why I say Coop, like they're like detectives. So
I have zero clue about this show and the manga.
Really?
I've never even somewhat delved into it. So I think I'll track back because people say a lot of good things about it too. So I'll track back and check it out. But yeah, I have zero idea what's going on. Zero comprehension.
No, please do, man. The main character is like a kid found in an orphanage, and he has like everyone in this universe has like special powers. They're called gifted, and there's this group of gifted. They're almost like detectives, and they kind of solve crimes around the city against other mafias that have like gifted people, and like it's literally like James Bond, case solved, all mixed together with like powers. And they all it's a good show. There's a large cast of characters. They do a really good job of being able to blend all those characters in, and you don't get lost in them. Like everyone kind of gets their own episode or two where they kind of like explain their backstory, and that's where they're at right now in this season. They're kind of giving backstory to the characters that have been there since season 1, and you kind of like been wondering like who the hell are all these people. So if you get the chance,
like a princess principal kind of
exactly.
Gotcha. All right,
Give
cool.
it a
I'll give it
shot. After that, we got Liar Liar. The etchy tag.
I know of it. Never delved into it. Walked away from it. So got no idea.
No idea. I don't think I'm gonna get into it. Too many girls in the poster kind of scare me away too. I'm not gonna lie to you. I see like 15 chicks and one guy in there. All right. I know what type of time this is on.
You start to run into I love rude territory where you're just like,
is
there any chick who can keep a shirt on? Is there anyone?
Right. Sometimes, okay, like Chain Soldier. I liked it. Love it. And I'm okay with it. Like I'm for it. But this one,
Chain Soldier, ever since the one chick who with the one discolored hair with the short hair, discolored hair, who's the captain at another place, she showed up. I was like, all right, everyone else doesn't compare. Everyone else can't compare. Right. I honestly don't. Yeah, I was like, no one else matters now.
Do you think it's too wrapped up to get an anime? Like that one's got to be double wrapped at like Barnes and Nobles.
I've seen worse get animes. High School DxD is still pumping out episodes.
Hey, it is,
and they push the limits. To Love Ru is a damn near a hentai, and that's just looking. So
yeah, I mean, I'll never forget when I seen the shot with the sniper rifle. He's on the girl's chest, shooting on her boobs, and then the bullet goes through the chick's tits, under the other chick's legs. Headshot to the zombie. I'm like, all right, yo, they're wilding out right now.
We have jumped the shark, and they are all for it.
They are wilding the hell out. The Devil's a Part-Timer season 2.
I will be checking this out.
Season 2.
I love the first season. It was one of my favorite anime that year. The second season didn't have the strongest start. I think it kind of meandered a little bit. There's a little going on here, but I think it's all setting up for this second part. I have not read the light novels or any of the manga, so anime is my only exposure for it. So I'm excited. I'm still gonna give it a watch, and yeah.
One of the few dub shows I actually watched was the first season of this. Mm-hmm. Dub is pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. It was a good dub cast, and I know it's a dub cast when I actually like laugh. It was hilarious. Like, I forgot his like second in command, the dude with the blonde hair. Comedy, him trying to get them damn sales. Oh my god!
When they're eating boiled peas,
yeah,
and he's just like, and they're crunching it because he overcooked it. And he's like, these are crunchy. He's like, I'm so sorry, master. But it was 13 cents this month.
Poverty. That's one of like, I love a good anime that will make me laugh. And like, Konosuba, that's gonna be one of my favorite shows, just because like I can put that on in the background I'm building, and I will just pick my head up and laugh for like 10 minutes because that shit is
the frogs.
Hilarious. Yes, the frogs. Oh my god. I just watched the episode like 2 days ago, and that shit had me just as dead. Just as dead. Reign of the Seven Spellblades, action fantasy, already down to 6 under 7.
It looks interesting, but
it is.
I think it's more of the same. Was it guy or girl? I forgot. Main character comes in, able to make a new thing, and got new ultimate power, and kind of just owning people. So I mean,
same thing we've seen countless times.
Pretty much. Even the animation on it looks kind of interesting, but I mean, there's no hook for me here. Like, there's no real hook.
We've seen it. Yeah. Different skin on it. Yeah. Here's your boy though. You were just talking about Kenshin.
I know. They're remaking the entire first series from back in 2001, or was it actually 1998? They're remaking the
90
whole
something.
Yeah, and man, I am.
Have you watched episode 1?
No, I have not. I have not watched episode 1. I know it's out. I'm going to watch it, but it's going to be the weekend when I watch it. Right now it's the weekday, and my life is all about work until the weekend comes. Then it's all about this. I am so excited. It looks so good. I'm so happy. It's everything I wanted from an HD remake, but better, because now it looks like it not just HD. It's like a Blu-ray fantastic quality.
Right.
I need them to stick the landing. I want the episode count to be. Yeah, this is where I'm conflicted. I either want the episode count to be a lot longer or a lot shorter, because there's a lot of filler
for this season.
I think it's 24. Yeah, 24. So
Yep.
I don't know if that's too short or too much, because there's a lot in that old show, dude. They go over a lot, man. And
yes,
if he gets all the way up to what's his name? They do with the bandages. I break down his name, of course, because I'm excited.
Oh my god!
Yeah, right, if they get up to that fight and
the railgun too,
and they conclude that whole fight in the Kyoto arc, then maybe. But man, I'm excited, but I'm also a little bit worried. And Opium Girl is apparently in it, so the doctor. She was one of my favorite characters. She was one of my favorite characters.
Now, do you remember how Kenshin talked in like the original?
Yeah,
like normal speech, right?
Yeah.
Like I watched episode 1, and he kind of gave me Yoda vibes, like the way he spoke. He's like, yeah, and it is my like just the way he talked. I was like, I don't remember him talking like this. Like, I want you to watch it. Watch it and tell me what you think. His like the way his dialogue is written, it just feels weird. Like it looks great. Love the character styles. I love like the it's not even like a redesign, just like the drawing style of it.
Yeah, it's like someone took their old drawings and redrew over it, but just with modern techniques.
Exactly,
and
literally,
it looks
perfect.
Beautiful.
But just his like the dialogue, I can't even put it into words. Like it reminded me of Yoda, just like how Yoda talks. Like it's like third person almost.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's how Kenshin talks.
Kenshin did sometimes talk in third person, but the thing with that though is he barely ever mentions himself. I remember the manga, like when he's talking about himself, he doesn't really use that many self-describers. Like he almost talks to himself as if he is in third person, but it avoids
so maybe that's what it was. Maybe it's more like off the manga, because that's why I was like, this shit is
that's
little
probably
weird.
What it is.
I'm trying to like, I feel like I took a screenshot because the dialogue just had me tripping. I guess I didn't, but if I just watch it and tell me what you think, because I was like, all right, bro. Like
I might wait for the dub. I might
wait for the dub. It's coming. It's too big of an anime not to get a dub. Too big of an anime not to get a dub.
It's
I just hope it's done right.
I just hope one, I hope the dub is done right, and two, I know people have their gripes with the author, especially with stuff that came out about him recently. But I mean, I personally can separate the art from the author. Plus, this one particularly, I don't think he's involved in it at all. So I just hope I hope this gets the dub, man. I'll be checking it out.
Man, I remember like renting the DVDs of it too from the library and like watching. I loved Kenshin. That's a Toonami classic.
I remember staying up late to watch it on Toonami on uncensored and at midnight, or Adult Swim, where you watch the whole thing straight through.
That was my shit, man. All right, am I the strongest? Am I actually the strongest?
Not on this list, buddy.
Yeah, I was like, I think we might have just hit the section of mid. Never heard of it. Probably not gonna watch it. The Dreaming Boy is a realist. Mid.
Is this the same? No, this isn't the same one. All right, mid. Couldn't care.
My Tiny Senpai.
I read the manga. I've read some of the short. I think it's a 4-page Kuma too, or 4-panel Kuma. But I read some of the short forms of it. It's pretty funny. I feel like its one note joke is the same as what is it? My Senpai is Annoying. And I think My Senpai Annoying did it a little bit better than it looks like this is trying to do it. So, here we go.
Pass.
Everyone's favorite, right here. Yeah, no, definitely. Last was a pass. But here we go. This new one is,
bro, not the Reborn of the Vending Machine. Stop it.
The anime to save all anime. This light novel, when this came out, literally, I believe this is one of the few light novels that cemented that whole entire long title genre thing we're in the middle of right now, and B, its popularity purely by that title. Like,
Reborn
it's so
as a
ridiculous.
Vending Machine. Now I want to the dungeon. What?
Do you know about this story?
Never heard of it. I've heard. I knew this was coming. No, but like I didn't know it was getting a manga. I mean, didn't know it was getting an anime. I feel like I've seen one picture of it.
Oh yeah. So they get, or the person gets remoted as a vending machine. The vending machine can split out certain items or certain special material, and now they go around in the dungeon with the main character trying to defeat the dungeon with the vending machine. Yeah. This is gonna save the anime. This is gonna save Isekai.
Anything, this is just dug its grave, dog. What?
This whole
has to be
thing
like a
exists
child
for a
rating.
meme. This whole thing exists for a meme.
Truck Kun should have drove past him. He did. Yeah. Truck Kun should have kept going. We did not need this. Are you gonna watch it?
No.
I don't even know what the hell I asked, bro.
I know it's popular in some circles, and some people will swear by it. They'll say, no, it's really good. It's really good. I bet it does. But bro, there's some premises I just can't get over.
I'm already burnt out of Isekai. Now you're telling me I'm reborn as a vending machine? Bro, don't got arms. He's just a backpack now.
So we're going
this little
from
chick is what?
Reborn as reborn, then reborn as a spider, reborn as a sword, and now we're just reborn as a vending machine.
All right, bro. Like, there has to be a point where we just say stop.
Yeah,
and this has to be it.
This is it. Yeah, that's it. Yeah,
this has to be it. The Duke of Death and His Maid season 2. Love the manga. I have not checked out the anime. Have you?
I've checked out the first half of the first season. I loved it. I actually really like it. I have no idea where it's going. I've never read the manga, but the couple's very cute, and he's finding a way to spoilers for the first season. He's getting better with the curse. Like, he might actually able to be fully come in contact with people now. It's getting good.
I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's a good show because you get to see how like they fall in love with each other, but there's without any type of physical touch. I feel like that's a big thing in like relationships, being able to touch someone, so you get to really like see them express their love in all these random different ways, and like with like language, literally. So manga's good. It's finished. I don't think it's finished, but it's coming to an end soon. I can tell. Sleeper pick of this season. I'm gonna get caught up. I know I'm not watching Classroom for Heroes. I can tell you that now.
Yeah, no, not for us. Nah.
What else we got here? Dark Gathering. Haven't heard of this one.
Dark Gathering. No, I have not heard of that. What do we got here?
Looks interesting off the
synopsis.
Yeah. Could be cool.
Oh, I know this. Okay.
Seen this?
I have seen some chapters of the manga a long time ago. I do not remember the story, but I remember reading it and moving on, not thinking it was bad. It was okay. But yeah, I remember this now. I remember that little character. It's okay. It's an okay manga. Nah, I'm probably not. If I drop the manga just out of just not being that curious to go back, which by the way isn't really a bad thing. I drop manga all the time, sometimes just because
oh my god,
wait. Yeah, I mean, it never. There was nothing that ever brought me back for sure. So it was whatever.
Yeah, no, same. I thought about the other day. I was like looking through some stuff. I was like, man, I read so much manga. Like, I'm constantly dropping stuff, and like I'll go back. Oh damn, this has like 30 updates. Next page. Like I'll keep going. And it's crazy. Like I'll be like a vested like 150 chapters into something, and I'll just stop reading.
Yeah, that's sometimes like Boku Girl was the one where I wanted to go back, but that's just because it took so long for the final chapter to come out that I was determined. Put
all that work in to get there. Couldn't give it up. That's how I feel like with Rent a Girlfriend. I'm like, dog, I've read all these chapters. I gotta finish it out now, but that's just
I feel bad for you, man. I feel bad for you, man.
I'm sick.
I dropped that after like three chapters. I was like, I have a feeling I know where this is going.
I'm a sick man, bro. I can't even lie to you. Undead Murder Farce.
I heard about this. I'm not gonna watch it. I mean, I might put it on, but I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Another murder mystery. At the end of the 19th century, a vampire's wife is murdered, and the detective known as the cage user is called to solve the crime. Probably not.
Yeah, I'm good.
My unique skills make me OP even at level 1.
Is that a gun?
Like you said, these, bro.
He has a revolver. Is this a unique skill? The Second Amendment.
This looks like I'm not gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Character design already, like his fit. We got the latex on. No,
bro, this looks lazy.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, don't even know. I don't see an anime episode count or anything. Oh, I'm pass. No, thank you. No, thank you. Let's see what else we got up here.
So many isekai. I mean, not isekais. How should I say this? So many fantasy tropes that when you bring a gun in, it immediately just doesn't become that interesting.
Yeah, like what? Of all the things you got dropped off in the road with a power, like you got a revolver.
Mm-hmm.
All right, bud. Let's see what this long anime. It's based on a video game.
It is. It's based on a video game. It's Queen of the Thighs, essentially. Because if you see her thighs, they do not quit. If you guys are Ryza fans are gonna love this regardless. This was gonna be a hit for them because it's more Ryza. Even the game's really good. The storyline in the game is very good. So everyone thinks the anime is gonna be pretty killer. We'll see what happens. But yeah, the game story is actually really good this time for a Ryza game. So
have you played?
I've watched the playthrough of it completely because I wanted to buy the original Japanese disc, and I can only get that from like either shipping, which costs a ton from Japan, or I have to go to like an actual Japanese store like Thingamajigs or eStarland to buy it. And that's like
when I was in California, I was in this dungeon of a place, and they had this probably like 30 by 30 foot store of just Japanese games, bro. And I was ready to lose it. And I was like, if I had a system right now, oh my god. And you know what's funny? I forgot to send you a picture, but they did have Ace Combat at the front of the store.
That's right. It's okay.
Next time. Next up, we got the most heretical last boss.
Yeah, anything in this row? I'm not watching anything in this row. Yeah.
Bye. Not watching you, bud.
The Masterful Cat is depressed again. Yeah.
I heard this is pretty good.
I heard it's funny. I want to check it out. Essentially, if you guys are familiar with that super depressed egg yolk, the one that was created by the people who did Hello Kitty, if I remember correctly. The egg yolk has massive depression. That's for some reason he needs help and no one's going to him. But we pretty much just have one of those more. It's cute, come home, office lady's taking care of her cat, cat's taking care of her, and they kind of both bring each other up. It looks fun. I'm not going to watch it, but it looks good. It looks
cute story for somebody.
Yeah.
Next up in this row, Saint Cecilia and Pastor Lawrence. Pass.
You watch it? Yeah, no, it's not for me. Doesn't really land where I'm looking.
Sugar Apple Fairy Tale Part 2.
I digged the first one. I liked the first one. I had some issues with it. I thought it could be more exciting, but it's classic shoujo. And it's actually classic shoujo. Like we haven't had regular shoujo. Like we have seinen shoujo, and then a whole bunch of other types of shoujo. Like this is just old school shoujo. Like the fact that slavery is the only like major thing they talk about, with the fairies being like slaves, right? But I mean, she falls in love with him. It's a cutesy story. I like it. I'm probably gonna be checking it out. Because shoujo is fine. I like shoujo.
Right. It's okay. I like shoujo too. I have no problem. Qualms or quarrels with shoujo. Season 1 was good though.
Mm-hmm. Season 1 I liked. Yeah, I like season 1. It had its gripes as any other romance show, and I wasn't expecting like the world from it. But yeah, it's pretty good. I would say check it out.
I will add it to the list. The Great Cleric, not gonna watch. Nope. Sweet Reincarnation, not gonna watch.
Nah, I've had my fill of Food Wars.
Yeah.
or Pharmacy or Pharmacist Reincarnation.
I used to love Food Wars first couple of seasons, and then that shit just fell off too.
Dude, you know what's crazy? I never loved Food Wars.
Really?
I was hate reading the manga, And then I said, you know what, Austin, you're very immature that you're spending your own money to hate something. It's like let's relax, give a clean slate, watch the anime, and the most I can get out of it was a lukewarm reaction. And
Lukewarm?
Yeah.
So I used to be a big like Iron Chef Chopped fan. Still am.
See,
like, I love.
That's the thing. I loved Kitchen Nightmares. I didn't care about any of the competition. I just liked watching dumpster fires run by dumpster people trying to become not.
So that makes sense then,
right? Yeah,
that makes sense then. No, I definitely was a big fan of that. So like maybe the first 2 seasons, I was like, all right, I'm into it, and then the more outlandish it got, I mean, which is an anime, that's just its thing to do. I just couldn't stay with it anymore. So anyone still watching it, let me know. Like, is it done?
Is it worth it?
Is it done? Yeah. Next line, I can tell you now, I'm not watching anything on this line. Level 1 Demon Lord and One Room Hero. The Gene and AI.
Mm-hmm. And what's the other one? Sunshine in the Mirror.
Yeah, Sunshine.
I think that's based on a video game.
It looks like it.
Yeah. I might be watching the Demon Lord one, because the Demon Lord one. The premise is that the Demon Lord, which is that little chibi character there, gets defeated by the hero, the guy right there on the ground. But she like hides away and is able to like stay in like a suspended animation and stasis for like 100 some odd years, and she wakes up and comes back alive without any of her powers, so she's stuck in the chibi form. But she's like, all right, cool, either way, I'm gonna go off and kill the hero. And her assistant, who's there in the one piece next to him, is somehow she's still alive too, I can't remember how, but they're like, all right, we're gonna go kill the Demon Lord, get our revenge, come back and find out that he's pretty much a loser. He's sitting like he has no job, no prospects. He just sits around collecting debt, and everybody hates him. Like the public just hates him. They see him as a bum, like no important guy. And she can't live with the fact that she lost to such a pathetic weakling loser. So she's taken it upon herself to essentially try to rebuild him up to the great status that he is. And you start to find out that they have a lot more in common, like growing up.
Okay.
Like she's like, I'm pushing you so hard because you can be great. And he was like, yeah, I was pushed really hard to be great. I didn't even want this. Right. And she's like, oh, that's crazy. I didn't even want to be a demon lord, but I was pushed hard to do it too. And they kind of bond, and there's a little bit something more going on now. Like they're starting to get to that range where their friendship's starting to elevate, like to a little.
Is this a manga too?
This is a manga. Oh yeah, this is a manga. Yeah. This is a manga. Yeah, and it's.
I might read it then.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I like it, so I might be checking this out. It depends if they can nail that first episode. But yeah, I feel like this will be. I think this one is one people aren't going to really jump on, but I'm going to check it out.
No little sleeper. Okay. I need you to explain all my animes for me, Austin. Like you have me. You've maybe 4 or 5. I'm like, bro, I'm not watching that crap. And then you give me the explanation. Like, you know what? I might watch it.
Hey man, in my profession, I've learned to try and sell,
literally
sell anything. So
that's the salesman in you for sure. I smell it. The story of Bonds and Wounds, Ayaka.
I've known nothing about this.
Same. Strange man takes his 7 islands. Yeah. Looks like a boy's love.
Under the radar.
For sure.
Oh man, this is like Pretty Boy Detectives, where it's a bunch of really attractive men going around to achieve one thing for one female character, and it's not actually that interesting and never was.
Yeah. No, sir. I'm not digging his pants too. The high water is dead for me. So
see, there's Free, like the swimming anime that was essentially just hot cakes for girls, right? You can go that direction.
Right.
Or you can go in the opposite direction, which is like Yuri on Ice. And Yuri on Ice turned out to be Yaoi on Ice, right? So you got two. Did you watch either? You can go. I did watch Yuri on Ice, and I got 5 or 6 episodes in Freeing and realized there was nothing there for me.
Yuri on Ice wasn't bad. I enjoyed it as for what it was. Storytelling was good. Art style was good. Good. I'll leave it at that. It was good. Delicious in Dungeon. Not gonna watch. Looks like maybe the episode hasn't dropped yet.
Have you read the manga?
Yes.
Okay. I gotta say, the manga blew up for a while there, and then it just dropped off, and I haven't heard anything about it.
Plummeted. It's a good manga.
I bet it is. Nobody cares. I don't know why. I don't know what happened. It was doing great. I dropped it. For a while.
It's one of the things, like, I got caught up. I was reading it, and then like something else caught my mind, and I was like, all right, I can read this one or that one. I picked the other one, and I read this one or that one. I picked the other one. So
I think that's what it is. The initial premise and the initial like launch of what happens and him losing his sister and him having to go back in it. That's all really, really kind of drives the story. But then when you get like volume 6 and you're like 80 chapters in, and you realize it's gonna be years before he even gets down there, dude, your sister's dead. Yeah, your sister's dead. I'm good. And also you're like, no, I don't care if you get there or not.
Yep.
Spy Classroom. Nah, I'm not gonna watch. I didn't watch the first season.
Same.
I like the character designs, but that's it.
Studio Phil.
I like the character designs.
Yeah, no. You and me, Austin. Monogatari second season. I actually started the first season. Interesting premise. Art style's okay. It's not bad. It's like a mid tier for me. Definition of mid.
I'm not aware of this. What is it about?
Main character is a yokai. Is that what the spirits are called in Japan?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like they killed his older brother and sister. So he has this vendetta. He wants to kill them all. His grandpa or his uncle sends him off to stay with another family, and she has a whole host of yokai who used to be bad but now good, and her and her family work to trap and capture all the other yokai in the city. And so
stop.
Pretty much he gets sent there to
stop. Say no more. Moving on. I already know this. This is Ghoul, that Ghoul anime, and that did it better.
Literally what it is. Literally what it is. So I'm even surprised they even got another season. They must have already had that shit working, and they're like, all right, well, we have to just put it out now. So, Stand By You, Bandai. Have I seen? I feel like I've seen model kits for these things.
Stand By You.
Singularity.
Seen them. Singularity. Oh, this. Oh, yeah, I know this. This is Singularity. Okay. I wonder if it's still done by the. Okay, so yeah. So this is the model, that new model kit range that they were making out to I think to kind of fight the Sakura Wars type of model kit range that's been Kotobukiya has been running on. But yeah, this the only issue with this is that those mecha designs are kind of what mecha lives and dies by. Those mecha designs look like either A, Sakura Wars, which I think Sakura Wars kind of does it better, and B, looks silly to me.
Yeah, I'm a big mecha. I feel like mecha got me going all the way back to Power Rangers. I didn't like Power Rangers. I like the Zords, and it has to be a good mech design. And these mech designs are not doing it for me. So
they look like orcs or very, very stubby Titans from Titanfall, or like I said, Sakura Wars. Yeah. And for me,
Sakura Doors does it better. So
yeah, we
will be passing on it. Next up is Bang Dream My Go. This is just some medals.
Dance manga, kind of idol hip hop dance manga. I mean anime. If it's your thing, it's your thing. Not me.
Same. These ones at the bottom row. No, I'm not gonna speak on them.
Card Fight Vanguard. That's still going.
Card Fight is still going.
Dude, it's like okay. It's like the zombie that won't die.
Shadow's Hen. This is just a list of stuff. Any movies coming out? Let's see. No movies.
That's just what they're throwing out there. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. So, what do you think? Some early predictions. What do you think is the best one we got? What's the best?
What's the best? Let's back up there again. Let's just take a quick look at that top three, that top six. Because I mean, the girl who forgot her glasses is already my favorite. I think that's going to be there. I know Rent a Girlfriend's going to do good no matter what. Unfortunately,
sadly,
yeah. Let's see. Probably Revenge R could still be fun, but hey, who knows? Devil is a Part-Timer is probably going to be my. It's probably gonna be the first one I want to check out just because I want to laugh. And then because everything kind of coexists in this top top 6 right here, top 6 or 7.
Sleeper pick. I think my happy marriage is 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then the girl who forgot her glasses is 1.
Yeah, I think Bleach is going to be our top winner for this season. Yeah, Bleach. And if you keep going up, what was the top 3 again? The very top.
Oh yeah,
Jujutsu Kaisen and Zom and Mushoku Tensei. I'm gonna check out Mushoku Tensei first, then Zom 100, then maybe Bleach. Horror Mia I can check out at a different time. I mean, I read all the manga, so I'm already caught up to date. I don't need to worry about that. Yeah, and the girl who forgot her glasses. That's my list, and in that order.
In that order? Okay.
Yeah.
Flop? What do you think? Do you think we got any flops up here?
Yeah. Honestly, I feel like everybody's like, all right, cool. You know, Jujutsu Kaisen looks like it's gonna be. I think it's gonna do fine, but I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna underperform. I think Rurouni Kenshin may not do as well as I want it to, just because it's an older story, and my generation that grew up with it is really the only exposure. Like the younger people who watch it have the live actions, and the live actions are so different than the manga.
Completely.
Yeah. So that, and also what is this? Reign of the Seven Spellbound. Yeah, that's gonna flop. But now watch you in 2 months eat crow, because it's gonna be the most popular one on the board. But but nah, I think that's gonna be our ones that are gonna miss out. Everything else, I'm not expecting to perform that high. This season, spring was the season of heavy hitters. Now what we're getting is what's left.
The leftovers,
still some pretty good ones. Yeah, still some pretty good ones sprinkled throughout, but the mass majority of it is just going to be fillers.
I agree. Are you looking forward to anything being announced as animes? Anything you're reading right now?
You know what? They keep announcing new stuff that I'm already checking out. And they're turning those bad boys out, man. Like mad quick.
I kind of don't like it. I like don't announce an anime when I got 50 chapters in, dog. Like,
they need that money, man. Oh, what is it? Kaiju number 8? The girl with the Senpaku eyes. That's right. All right. The girl with the Senpaku eyes. That's the one that I want an anime of badly, because it's so sweet. Shoot.
Is that where it just starts out as her like talking? You don't see the guy until gradually, like.
Yeah, and she and now they're in the point where like they're. I don't want to spoil it. They're totally dating, but it's so adorable, and her friends are amazing. Shoot, man, I already got kind of everything I want. Maybe plus size elf. I'm willing to down. Yeah, another itchy that I'm really interested in seeing an animation version for.
So I did get an update yesterday.
And Goblin Slayer, but they already announced season 2, so I'm happy about that. Continue. I'm sorry, I cut you off.
A TV anime adaptation of The Fable coming, so I'm excited for that. But
you happy?
The art style, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't like how it looks.
It was like
what was the? Yeah, that, and what's the
one he's in debt? Yeah, the ones who's in debt. And I'm sorry, keep going. Yakuza.
Yeah, like
the household husband.
Yeah,
Way of the House.
I hate. Did you watch the anime of that?
I did not. I saw clips of it, and it looked like it wasn't animated particularly well. It looked like it was panel animated.
Yeah.
And I was like, no, is his frame? Is he going at 10 frames a second? Like, what's happening?
Literally, it's him. How my hand moved, that's how the anime looks. So I hope they don't do that with this one. But off rip, we'll see. Solo Leveling, winter 2024. I'm calling it now.
That's gonna be great, dude. And that's also the problem. All the things that we want to be anime have kind of gotten announced.
Right.
Everything we've been reading.
Anything I'm reading now, literally, every time I turn, like something else. So we'll have to check back in. We'll do a midway or recap and see, what we thought, if anything was good
for the summer season. I honestly have a strong feeling that this summer season is going to underperform. I think the vast majority of things on this list are not going to live up to the hype of spring or winter. God, winter.
Yeah.
Winter. Jesus Christ, winner this year.
Can I pull up the winner list real quick? We got a little time for it. This is 2024. We want to look at
previous winner was just awe-inspiring. There he is, Goblin Slayer season 2, and Konosuba coming. This is what I'm talking about, man. Right. Everything down the road looks more interesting in fall.
Was that summer 2022, fall 2022?
Fall 2022. That's what it was. I'm sorry, fall 2022.
Yeah. So we had
Chainsaw. Oh my god.
Spy Family, Mob Psycho, Blue Lock. Blue Lock is a sleeper. My Hero, Ochi, Bleach, Pure Eternity. That's also a sleeper.
Was it more than lovers but less than friends or something like that? That was a surprise. That was a huge surprise.
That was really good. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah.
All this other stuff now I'm looking down at Witch of Mercury, a lot of stuff I didn't check out. This is another sleeper for your boy right here. Golden Cameo. That's back too. It just finished up.
What was the other one with the short chick, but the really buff senpai that I've been watching too? That was pretty great. Blanking on the names, of course. Reincarnated as a Sword, which was, it was fun. Reincarnated as a Sword was a fun. I know I talk shit about it, but it was pretty good.
Reincarnated would you rather be reincarnated as a sword or a vending machine?
Oh, a sword. I don't know if I would even have respect for myself as a vending machine. You mean my entire existence now is boiled down to just giving other people items that they request? like I mean, granted, how's that different than what I'm doing now? Well, at least it's my choice. Right. In a vending machine, it very much is not.
Nah, but you're stuck in one spot. Oh my God. I don't know. What do you think is next? Reincarnated as a
spoon?
Spoon?
Actually, you know what they haven't done? They haven't done reincarnated as a cape. Maybe as a cape, yeah. But you know what? They haven't done something that's like existential, like reincarnated as time.
Okay,
right?
That'd be a dope story. It would just be like a narration.
Mm-hmm. It would be the world's most complicated narration ever, because it would be like a multiverse within a multiverse within time travel, and that's a writer's greatest fear at this point, is just multiverse stuff. So, but really reincarnated as see, I can't. It's got to be more existential than more existential than time. Reincarnated as love, like as love itself. Yeah. And you have to go around helping people deal with their emotions of love and understanding. Essentially, be Cupid.
I would watch it or read it.
It sounds.
There might even be something like that.
Yeah, but it could also be incredibly stupid.
Okay, but aren't they all? I mean, vending
machine. Yeah. Vending machine. You're right.
Sure. Ain't no beating that. Spoon, cape. Tell us in the comments, you guys. I thought we haven't even said that. Tell us in the comments. What are you watching this season? What you enjoyed last season? What would you want to be reincarnated as?
That's a good question. What do you want to be reincarnated as? That's a good one. I'll be interested to hear what people say for that, because that's
reincarnated as what? I don't know. I don't know what I'd be doing.
Yeah, me either. I'm not as creative as I thought.
Yeah, same. So yeah, let's see some in the comments, man. And I appreciate you guys tuning in to me and Austin go on our tangents in anime. And this won't be the last time you'll see. Like I said, this might be the review channel from me and Austin. Anime movies, manga. Stuff like that. Manga. So we'll go ahead and call this the review channel. Are we gonna wait for Coop, or are we gonna do Edge Runners?
No, we're doing Edge Runners. I'm done waiting. It's been how long? Right. How long has Edge Runners been done?
There it is. Next week, we're doing Edge Runners. Tune in next week.
Edge Runners. Yes.
Edge review. It's your boy CD. Couple of test rack over there, Austin. Peace.
Deuces, y'all.
Peace.